Welcome back to What's on My Bookshelf. This is your host Vandana, and let me tell you first of all that I'm so sorry that I have not uploaded any videos for over an year now. And there is a good reason for that. Even when I was making those videos earlier, it was impossible for me to film them because my son used to be around me at that time. He had online classes, so he was always home. I had to do everything around him. Now his offline classes has started, so he's gone back. But still, I'm amazed at people who actually take the time out to take videos. It's better to just take photos and be active on Bookstagram. But Bookstagram has been another headache. Thanks to Instagram's algorithm, Bookstagram is almost as good as dead, I think. Thanks to the engagement groups, it's a bit active even now. But overall, I just don't see the point of it anymore. I feel so like everybody is in a hurry to post and promote what they are posting, but nobody is in a hurry to like engage with each other and actually build a community there. Everything is about what I read, and yes, I'm also a part of that. So I just feel like, what is the use of it? The reason I started Bookstagram was because I wanted to share what I read, but everybody is so busy sharing what they have read, and there is no, I don't know what to say to it. It's just so weird, and I wish it was just more than likes and views and actually building a community there. In today's video, after that TED talk, I was thinking of giving an update on my reading situation, how much I've read so far this year, and how much I'm planning to read before the end of the year, and hoping to have a good reading time towards the end of this year also. I wanted to read around 30 to 40 books. I'm not sure how many books I really wanted to read, but I thought around 30 to 40 books is doable. Like 2 books a month, 3 books a month, or something is doable. So far, I have read 20 books or more, I think. 22 books I have read so far. And I think this year, reading wise, it has been quite good because I have not bothered to read books that I'm not connected with. And it's difficult for me to DNF it because I want to read it, but I don't want to DNF any books. But especially because when I started and I'm really like, it could get better, it could better. I feel like that, but it doesn't, and I'm just not able to connect with it, and then I end up in a reading slump, which I don't want to fall into because I'm taking it at a slow pace. It's not like I'm reading 100 or more books. It's just 30 to 40 books, and if I end up in a reading slump, I may not even complete that much also. So I'm like, it's not worth falling into a slump over a book I didn't want to read anyways. So I think I have DNF'd around 3 to 4 books this year so far, and I don't know if I'll pick them up again later or not. But also, I think this year I have so far bought only 24 books or something, which is also good because Bookstagram is so huge on consumerism that it's like you want to buy those books, and it's kind of addicting. And even though there is nothing wrong in buying books, it's just that you have to have your priorities right, and I just don't see constantly buying books having any value as such. That's just my personal opinion, and so I'm happy I bought only 24 books so far, and I'll probably be buying another 6 books, and that will be like 30 books this year, which is again a lot, but I think it's okay when you look at it as 12 months. So that is something I'm happy about. Currently, what I'm reading is I'm in between 2 books. 2 months ago, I started a series, The Devery Cycle by Catherine Kerr, and I'm on book 2 of that series, and there are apparently 16 books. I don't know if it's a continuing series or not, or if it is over at 16, but there are 16 books in that series, but they are all divided into different acts. So I'm currently at part 1, like act 1. Act 1 has 4 books, and if I'm happy with the ending of the 4th book, I may stop at it, or you may continue with it, or I don't know. I really have no idea if I can really read 16 books. There is another series called Wheel of Time, I think. I forget the author's name, but it has been adapted to a series by Prime, I think, Amazon Prime, and I have been wanting to watch it, but then I've been wanting to read the books for a very long time also. I've known about those books for a very long time, but I've not been able to read it because again it has around 11 to 14 books or something. So I thought I need time to really commit to it. I feel like we are in a race to finish books because we can post it on Bookstagram, talk about it on BookTube or something. But in the race of doing all those things, you're actually reading less. At least that's what is happening to me, and even more so for me because I hardly get the time to read. And every time I read, sometimes I feel guilty also that I'm wasting time reading, that I should not be reading. I should be looking after my two kids, and so these kind of things are always bogging me down. So my reading time is even more less than it was before, like 2 years before. So I need more time to commit to a big series. So the Devery cycle is something that I'm looking at as, just 4 books for now, and maybe later on I will continue with the 3 other acts. Maybe I may or I may not. Depends on how good the books are. So far, I'm happy with the way the books are, but it's not as like I expected. I expected more magic, but as such, the magic is so far very less. So that's kind of disappointing. But the characters are really good. The characterization is good. So I'm invested in the characters, and that's the only reason I'm continuing to read it. Because the language and the writing is kind of archaic. I'm not saying it's unreadable or anything. It's just that even the words, the pronunciation is very hard. It's very old English, and it's only the plot that has kept me invested, the characters that have kept me invested in this series. So if I'm not happy with the way things end in the 4th book, I may not continue with the series. It all depends. So that is one book I'm currently reading, and the other book is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. So that is another book I'm reading. It's part of my book club, Readers Retreat Book Club, and the members voted for it, and I'm pretty happy because I've had my eyes on that book for a very long time, and I think it's very similar to the movie The Age of Adeline, starring Blake Lively. So I think it's very similar to that, but so far I have no idea because I've neither seen the movie in total nor have I finished reading this book. So I'm planning to watch the movie also after I finish reading the books to see what are the similarities. Maybe I may or may not, I don't know. That is another book I'm in between of so far. I'm planning to read The Raven Cycle also. Not The Raven Cycle, sorry, The Raven Tower by Anne Leckie. I think that is the author's name, I'm not sure, but that is another book that I'm planning to read this month. And I'm also thinking of reading Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name, but yeah, that's another book on my radar for this month. So these are the books that I'm planning to read for this month. I may read another book or so, another 1 or 2 books, maybe if I get the time. If I'm lucky enough to read more than 4 books, I may. And next month there is a fall readathon going on in the book club. So I may read some books based on those prompts. I'm not sure because I don't know if I'll participate or not, because it's hard to maintain the readathon as well as participate in it. So I may only participate. I may just read 1 or 2 books if I think it's good. I've not really decided my TBR for October, but what I'm most excited about for this year is my TBR for November and December actually, because I am planning to reread Harry Potter books, all 7 of them, for December. And November and December probably, depends, because there are 7 books. And I want to reread the Winter Night trilogy also by Catherine Arden. So not the whole book, not all the 3 books, just the one, The Bear and the Nightingale probably. So that is something I'm looking forward to, because I've not read Harry Potter for the last 10 years. Once I finished reading The Deathly Hallows, I've not looked back in those books, except once or twice when I just wanted to, feel like getting lost in that world. I may have read a chapter or so, and I felt it was a bit childish for me. So I really want to see how these books are, going back into them. I may do a vlog on it. Depends how easy it is going to be. So that's something I'm looking forward to doing. And other than that, I've not decided my TBR for November and December, but this is something I'm planning to do for the end of the year, because it's been so long I've read those books. And recently there was a 20-year anniversary for the movies. I watched it and I was not satisfied with it. It felt kind of incomplete, like they wanted to cram all the 7 movies in that 1 hour reunion, which was kind of useless, in fact, to me. But then I guess what else could you do? I mean, the fact that they could all bring them together was a big thing. That's the only thing that mattered at that point of time. But it could have been better, I feel like. So that's my update, my reading updates so far. And yeah, what are you guys reading? I would love to know. And I will catch you in my next video update. I don't know when I will update it again, because probably the wrap up video, probably. But yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. So it was nice catching up and giving you guys an update. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye bye.